Welcome back to the New York Subliners Game Fuel Home Series. It is day 2, and Subliners getting ramped up for their next match. But before we get into that, boys, I kind of want to talk about the last one. Someone finally able to beat FaZe in a Game 5. It makes things interesting for a potential FaZe Huntsmen matchup, which we've all now been wondering if it's ever going to happen. But Nameless, for you, quick, what were your thoughts on that last series?
They just look way better. And I think that series was huge for Toronto, and the fact that it now puts pressure on New York and Optic to win, right? Because Toronto has now, they moved up into the top 8 in the standings. New York's right above them. Optic's right next to them. Like, that is huge for the standings and going to make these next 2 tournaments way more intense. So, huge win for them.
Joe, what about you?
I just think you look at Game 4. I think that was a throw by FaZe. More problems on Gunrunner Hardpoint. Still one of the maps that they go to, but not fixing simple mistakes. Then you look at the search and destroy vetoes. Why are you playing Ramaza's search and destroy against Toronto? That's a big question mark for me.
Yeah, that's been one they've been playing a ton all year and been solid at for sure. But now let's move forward to our next series. This is going to be Subliners Huntsmen, one we've been incredibly excited about since we saw the matchup coming in last night. This should be a battle. Absolutely 2 extremely talented teams with this new meta. Joe, just opening thoughts kind of about this showdown that's about to go down.
Should be a banger. At least that's what we're hoping for, right? But you talked about Mac being so good yesterday, running that third M4. But really, the discussion point for New York, we had this discussion yesterday about London. It's the ability to beat those top teams, and you're going to see it right there. 2-9 overall versus the top 4. It's just, can they close one of these big series out? Will that give them momentum, and can they win a home series?
We'll see if they can make the run. Maybe this is the time to do it. It's their home series, right? Maybe now they can get it done. But Nameless, take us through the game field keys to victory. We're going to start off with Subliners.
Yeah, I mean, the Hardpoint looked extremely dominant yesterday. That was the best well-rounded team effort we've seen out of New York ever. You know, the lowest individual KD was a 1.11. You saw Temp going off as well. That's a player at the last time we saw them play, I highlighted in that he needs to be a star again for this team to ascend to that next level, and he did it, man. Mac as well. Every single player on this team was on point, and that's the respawn we expected out of New York going into the season. And, you know, finally it seems like it's just commanding and on point. So try to replicate that performance going into today versus Chicago, you know, one of the other strongest respawn teams in the game.
Well, quick question maybe before we hop to the Huntsman one. A lot of the subs have been struggling, right? Like, there weren't many standouts from yesterday. Joe Zuma was one of the subs that did really well with this new meta. Anything in particular, like, you think why he can do that?
Well, I just think we know how talented he is, but yeah, he has a 1.5 like in Hardpoint, which we were talking about Scump and Envoy having around 0.8s and how tough this meta can be. I think the only other sub that really sticks out that was playing that well was Abizi in those respawns, but it's just going to be an adjustment period for a lot of these subs.
Well, let's go. The Huntsman game fuel keys to victory. Nameless, take me through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that it was a 4-1 RCD show yesterday, and their respawn seems to be even better now with the meta change, you know, benefiting them even more. But, you know, Search and Destroy is what really impressed me. I expect them to continue to play well in Search. I think that that's where they win championships, and going forward, that's the game mode that they have the most room for improvement. So I'll be looking at their Search and Destroy today to see if it's consistent.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep that going. Joe, what's more important to you? Because with the meta change, there's kind of 2 sides to this. There's more pressure on the ARs. There's more ARs on the map. But the SMGs are now playing a different game entirely in a way as well, and they've got to learn to kind of adapt to this new meta. Which side of that's more important?
I think it's a good question. I would probably go with the sub side, right? Just because, like, who can be a little bit more impactful. I think the M4s are gonna find their kills, and they're gonna have a lot of more one-on-one duels, which will be interesting to watch. But who's gonna be more comfortable with the MP5? You know, that could be the team winning the home series this weekend.
Okay, well, time to get into map 1. Nameless, thank you for joining us, buddy.
Enjoy, guys.
We shall. Yeah, dude. The other thing that stood out, like on the AR side of it, I think it was Blast that tweeted yesterday. He's like, it's weird as a main AR because usually you kill the other main AR and you think you have some subgun fights, but now you kill the main AR and you've got 2 more on a lot of these maps. So it's definitely interesting how things have changed from every point of view for this. But now it is time. Map 1, Subliners, Huntsmen. We expect this to be a battle, especially in the respawns. 2 of the top teams in those modes, as we'll kick things off with Mac.
Yeah, just looking at the records for Ramaza, 5-1 for Chicago overall, 5-6 for New York. So a lot of repetitions for New York, but we've talked about just how good at respawn the Huntsmen have been. But off the start, it's going to be New York with that early time. Envoy just locking down middle of the map. He wants to make sure they have those rotations early on to electronic. But you see down below, Attach is going to spawn up, try to hit that right away.
And he might have found a great timing to get on through. At number 1 on the minimap, already set up at the next hard point. The rest of his team kind of flooding through mid-map, but he's in a sneaky position for sure. Do you see Huntsmen still spawning up towards that hard point? I just don't know if they have any idea he is here. Now, can they catch him? Pristini's going to be the first one in. Attach is already tucked away in a corner. Zuma here as well, but Pristini able to find the kill. Attach hasn't made his presence known yet, and there he is. Attach is going to pounce. What does it do now to the spawns? It looks like it's going to be parallel, at least for now. Huntsman going to be fighting over the top. Tim spawns out pretty deep, but he's trying to get back in.
Yeah, I think they knew that Zuma was there because he was able to find a kill, but they weren't able to find Attach. The gunfights inside. 3 go down for New York. Chicago, they have the spawns. They have control. Taking a look at the early scoreboard, we talked about Temp, and I thought this was going to be his meta. He had a great day yesterday, struggling here early on, 0-6 for Temp. And maybe that's just due to Ramaza, where he has to run that MP5 instead of the M4. A great time for Chicago early on. You see Formal continuing where he left off yesterday. He was on a 5 spree, just gets taken down, but this is going to be a 60-point lead when all is said and done.
Yeah, great job here from Huntsman. The streak drops for Formal, but RC is now 6-3. He's got 3 in a row. They'll get the remainder of that time, but you can see Subliners layered across mid-map very well. We'll go over to Zuma's POV near the bomb site as he's in a position to slow down this transition from Huntsman. We'll see if he can get the shots in. He cannot. It's RC's that's put him down. Accuracy then tries to pick it up. He will drop as well, and here's the flood. Now flying on through towards ruins is going to be Huntsman. You see the picture-in-picture. There's no action in the hard point because Subliners got the setup they want, but this is the big moment now for Huntsman. Can this push on through the back work? And what a kill for Pristini that was.
Yeah, Huntsman sticking with that 3 AR setup. Remember, we saw Temp. He had an MP5. Mac able to find 2, so we'll keep an eye on that and what he wants to switch to do. But yeah, I mean, they had to peel it back layer by layer. You saw the first gunfight by Ruins, then the second one on the spawners. Then they're finally able to get in. They will find the first 20 seconds, or the final 20 seconds. But what this does is this puts Chicago in a bit of a trap back here. They have to find some kills to get out of this barbershop setup. You do have Zuma, who is trying to work the flank. He gets taken down. You see where these spawns come in. They're going to have 1 player back all the way up for New York as we rotate over to construction. But Chicago, they got another hike across the map.
Let's see if they can get their early kills quickly like they did in the last transition. Pristini says hi at top ladder, but somebody else is in position to take him down. Can he get it now into double digits? Is Pristini going off? Can the streak stay alive? 14-3 start from Pristini. What a stretch this is from him, but he's going to get caught on the cross. Zuma puts him to rest. Now into the hard point we go. Formal has gotten in. The early break is there once again for Huntsman. How much time can they turn this into? Off the top rope comes Accuracy as he breaks on through. Subliners are going to get right back into the point and try to chip away at this early lead. You mentioned Tim's kind of woes early in the game. They're continuing 2-12 for him so far.
Yeah, but this was a good hold by New York, so they're still within striking distance. I still just wonder, like, around the meta, right? Like, with the fact that he hasn't pulled out a third M4. I can see Ramaza being a good sub map, right? There's a lot to finesse with in and out of the buildings, but it feels like the M4 right now still showing its dominance. You see it all in the kill feed. Arcides and Pristini, the twins, going off. Envoy, he's going to find the 4th. Arcides with the 5th, so this should be a clean hold. But yeah, 2-13, and maybe you're just not taking a lot of the gunfights that you would like if you are Temp.
Yeah, the twins are like plus 20. You kind of nailed that there. The combo, their firepower, absolutely frying. And I saw Pristini tweet last night, like, he used to run AR. You might not remember it from Black Ops 3, he said, but it's a role he is comfortable in. It's just crazy to think about with relation to the last couple of years and the speed of his gameplay, but he seems to be comfortable for sure in this role, and he's getting it done as Huntsmen look to open it up to their biggest lead of the game. Now right back over to Mac with Subliners we go.
Well, I was going to say, you talk about the speed of Pristini. Don't forget about the speed of this guy as well. Mac, he's running the second M4 for New York, and I think just with the weapon, the sort of do-it-all weapon that it can be, the speed can absolutely still be there. You can take a lot of close-range fights, so it's almost like the roles are a little bit same. It's just They're doing it with a different weapon.
Yeah, and, with the removal of Merc foregrip, you probably have even a better chance now against an MP5 at close range compared to what it would have been, a couple weeks back. But Zuma, little snap-a-doodle-doo as he's able to take out Envoy and Formal as he makes the play. They need a nice hold here with 30 seconds remaining. They've got great coverage on the map. It's attached top cafe. It's trying to stop any movement towards the hard point. A team kill from Envoy, but he does take one down with him as well.
I mean, this has been such a good hold, though. I mean, you look at the scoreboard now. It's about a 70, 80-point lead. Cut down to 30. You have spawns for Electronic. If New York come back and win this, you might look at this as the pivotal moment for them. This bridge hill is just so darn good for New York. Yeah, well, we keep talking about Temp, but you know what? His team is still in it.
Yeah, you got to feel good that this is the scoreline when he is 4-18.
There's the M4 as well. There's the switch that we talked about.
Okay, so the switch comes in. How crucial will it be for them? Can they string together two solid hard points here? Look at everybody that's outside for Huntsmen looking for a point of entry. Can they find any early picks? So far, the answer is no. One of the greatest duos of all time, and Attach and Zuma able to lock it down. Accuracy and Mac then back it up. Everybody from Huntsmen is dropping. It's another sensational hold from Subliners and a chance at their first lead in what seems to be forever. What a stretch this has been for Subliners.
And just after Ruins, where Chicago, they started so well, you go to that bridge hole. And we see this a lot on Ramaza because a lot of the hills, you really do have to just fight so many different angles and fight for power positions. In New York, they were able to hold on. Now they have this lead, but Chicago, a chance for them to get right back into it as they get set up for Barbershop.
We know Huntsmen can be great at breaking hard points, but Subliners, that early setup, not allowing them to do it. But Huntsmen, can they answer? Nice snap from Pristini, takes one down. Scump with a double through that as well as they look to retake the lead. It's Scump still lurking towards top rugs as he rotates over to bottom cafe and just takes down too easily. I like that back down against the M4 and Temp. Right across from him, they've got to worry about his position. He's really got the cross, almost able to take down two more, but it was 5 in a row before he fell. Now Huntsman, a chance not to close it out, but they can put a ton of pressure on Subliners here. Get right around that 240 mark with the rest of this time.
It looks like Zuma's going to go for this time. Zuma's going to sneak on through. He spawns up Ruin side. On the other side of the map, it's Arcides, who's trying to get across. He wanted to get inside of construction for that final hill. So Zuma, he's able to disrupt some time. Now it's New York's chance. If they're able to lock this down, they can win it. They only need 53 seconds. You have one player here in Scump. Attach is going to win that one-on-one. You see the positions of Chicago. They have to get carpet control. They have to get across that bridge, and here they go.
What a big push this is. Can they get it done? Through the smoke they go. Arcides, the point man with the M4. Mac, ready and waiting, but Pristini, the other side of that twin duo, able to take one down as Formal finds two entries as well. This could be the break, and it is. Huntsmen are able to get in, and what a massive one it is. Subliners now have to do everything in their power to try and get in. Just 5 points from victory. Our Huntsmen, what a much-needed break it was at the tail end of this game. There's a contest for just a moment, but it's not enough, and Huntsmen take the map one. Pristini closes it out with some great plays. Him and Formal with those M4s really find 3 or 4 of the key entries to get in and take it. And it's just wild. You're so used to, thinking about kind of those MP5s, need to find those aggressive entries, but it's all behind the M4s, and they get it done. They close it out in construction.
Yeah, a lot of Ramaza sort of, all right, your turn to get 40 to 50 seconds. Then it's our turn. It comes down to who's going to be able to find that break. And it's Chicago in the end over towards construction. They did a very good job at the end of Barbershop as we take a look at our stats here. At the end of Barbershop of just getting pushed out a little bit. They didn't get locked in back Barbershop. They were able to get some pressure towards bridge side, and that opened things up for them. Yeah,
and it just seemed like a couple minutes ago we were talking about how good Subliners were with early control. I mean, we saw a couple hard points in a row where they got set up. They were able to lock it down, but not that time. Huntsmen, they're known for some incredible breaks, and there they are able to do it. What did Temp end up? 10 and 23, so yeah. Not a great mapping. Even once he switched to the M4, things didn't flow that much better for him. Scump really picked it up. Scump, because I thought when I looked at it at one point in that game, Scump was like 8-8, 9-9, somewhere in that ballpark. He ends 20-14. So, and the crucial moments over the last 3 hard points or so, Scump goes big. And yeah, that was actually when I was thinking about key players for Huntsmen for me. I was thinking a lot about Scump and Envoy. I mean, Scump had a 0.8. I mean, it's not often you see those type of numbers for him, but this is a hard meta for MP5s, and he bounces back with a big map there. But a quick look at our U.S. Air Force. This will be the quick scope, and it's a big event for Subliners, right? Like, you know, they're still floating in that top 8. They're trying to get some separation or move up as much as they can. It's going to be an interesting weekend for them for sure.
Yeah, they have a chance. I mean, they win a very solid matchup yesterday over Minnesota, where they looked great in hard points and that search and destroy. And I think what's scary for New York is, you know, you lose to Chicago. Well, yes, even for Chicago, it's like you go to that losers bracket, you still have 2 very solid teams in London and Minnesota. But you can see at our U.S. Air Force maps and modes, we're staying on Ramaza. And really the tale of the 2 search and destroys in this matchup. So you look at the records for New York on Ramaza search and destroy, it's 6-1. But later on, say we go to a game 5 on Gunrunner, 0-5 for New York. Wow. So if it goes to a game 5, it is you gotta favor the Huntsmen. But right here, 6-1, this has been their playground.
Yeah, this is like the big test, right? Because we only saw 1 search and destroy from Huntsmen yesterday. We were really impressed with their performance on Piccadilly, but we're headed to a new map, trying to see if that was, I don't know if fluke's the right word, but if there is some sort of consistent improvement. I don't know, even if they don't take this with it being one of Subliner's best maps, I guess we were really impressed with their offensive breaks yesterday. They seem to be a much better cohesive unit. Even if it's a loss, do we see a lot more of that today from them?
Well, I just think a lot of the times what happens, especially early on in a season, is a team gets comfortable with their defaults. They very rarely switch things up. They stick to their guns, right? And you don't see a lot of different looks, especially offensively. And I think what we saw yesterday on Piccadilly was that they tried switching things up. So yeah, I think if you look at Ramaza, and they do lose this map, but how did they look? Did it look a little bit more cohesive? Were their offense a little bit more different? So yeah, that's the big story for Chicago.
Well, we'll now take a look at the top 5 overall KDs from day 1, and you see 4 out of 5 are from this matchup. You have Mac at the top, RC's informal in the mix as well, and Temp, despite the fact he had a rough map 1, he was brilliant yesterday. So a lot of these guys, and to be fair, you know, they had pretty comfortable wins, right? I know there were some close maps in the Huntsman series, but they take it 3-1. Same can be said for Subliners, where they were taking it 3-1, but pretty comfortably over Røkkr. So they breezed through some series to open this up, but still 4 out of the top 5 looks pretty darn good.
Well, and one of those top 5 was Temp, right? And he has a 0.5, or well, under a 0.5 in that map number 1. So again, I think these teams still trying to feel out this meta, because you saw what the MP5, that third MP5 was doing. It was getting crushed.
Yeah, no, it really was. That was the tale of like everything yesterday, is who was going to be running 3, who was going to be running 2, and you talk about M4, or MP5, what the balance was going to be. But now to search and destroy we go. One of the best maps, maybe the best map out of all maps for Subliners. And Huntsmen, they're 1-2 here. They've had a weakness all year in search, basically. But can they continue some of the brilliance we saw yesterday? Because it was a 6-2 win, and they look so good in a lot of those rounds. Excited to see what they can do this time. We're going to start off with Envoy, who has kind of been the miracle worker with them in search at a lot of these events. Like, his crazy performances are what gets them through. He spots attach off the opening break.
Yeah, he's been so good for them, just so clutch. Just feels like he reads the map a little bit differently than other players. Like, he just understands search and destroy and where he needs to be. But while attach, he's holding down the flank. The push is over towards this B side. RC's trying to lock it down, but the plant is going in, and now it is a 5 versus 5 retake. And I think Envoy, he knows that attach is around that rug side, so I think he's giving this call out to Formal. They're going to try to isolate him, but he is deep in a pocket. And well, Envoy's just going to go. So it's going to be a 3 versus 4 on the site. And he's going to pop the dead silence. He's going to find 1. Pristini's going to find 2. Now they have a 4 versus 2.
All on accuracy and attach to now lock this down for the next couple of seconds. And it's not going to happen. Envoy and Pristini, I believe, combined for 4 out of the 5. Pristini.
No, all 5. That's it.
Oh, is it all 5? Okay, all 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now that I see Pristini has 3. A brilliant round from those two.
But it's just a decision making, right? Because what I think a lot of players probably do in that situation, if you're Envoy, is go back and help Formal. But he knows that I'm about to get dead silence. I'm going to hit an opening. But also, this gives us a 4 versus 3 on the site. We can deal with attached later on. Let's just focus on the site. Let's use our man advantage. He's able to do it there.
Incredible retake. Now, what do they try to do in the offense? Sensational start from Bristini and Envoy. Bristini's POV to kick things off. M4 in hand yet again. Mid-map and B dominance looks to be the play. And I guess they double nade that, and Tip is going to get caught. So the first blood comes in. Pristini's streak continues. Nice little opening, get some information on accuracy top, and he's getting pushed from bottom. He's got to react. He's got to try and snap back in time. He's not going to be able to do it. Formal is already there. Envoy in the kill feed yet again. New York just getting picked apart as Envoy goes huge again. Give him another one. 3 in a row for Envoy to close it out, and the round is not close. And I'll tell you what, if it continues like this, and they come out and smoke them on one of their best search maps, yeah, it's tough because, again, it's like Subliners aren't a great search team. They aren't by any means, but they have at least been here.
They're a great Ramaza search team. Right?
Yeah, but if you get these back-to-back wins...
I think even just looking at that offense, though, like it looks a little bit different. Like Chicago knew exactly what they wanted to. We talk about their steps and layers to an offensive round. What was step 1? It was, all right, we're going to nade out top window. Step 2 is Pristini's going to throw the smoke out. We're going to execute from bottom cafe. They're just on point right now.
A 9-0 start for Envoy and Pristini combined. And it looks like you might have an early flank developing. It's Envoy that's starting to work through back barbershop. We'll see if he gets there in time because the flood from Subliners is here as they work to move into the house. Max should have an easy pick. That's going to be the case. Can Scump get the trade? He can. Big gunfight win for him, and he's able to dip away with his life for now. Attached, though, will hunt him down. Envoy hasn't gotten the mix of the flank yet, and you see that number 4 in accuracy. He's kind of holding it from back ruin, so you've got a lot of different angles for Huntsmen right now. Nobody's really grouped up. Envoy's going to head towards Cafe, maybe to work together with Formal, see if they can push this break.
Oh, this could be the play. Pristini, I think he finds an opening. They were closing off all the doors inside of B, maybe trying to work this bomb, but Pristini, he gets into a great spot. With the dead silence, he uses the MP5. He's able to reset it. He can keep it going, but accuracy does take down Formal to make this a 2v2. And look at the New York players. They dip. They just go straight to this A site.
Oh, so they both have to have dead silence because Envoy didn't react at all. Yeah, Envoy was like sitting kind of bottom cafe, and he didn't even turn when they pushed through. So they both must have popped Deddy to fly on through. Now, Envoy will be here first. Pristini tracking across mid-map. It's another retake situation. Last time they did it in 5v5 fashion. This time it'll be a 2 versus 2.
I think that would have been a great nade. It just goes a little bit too far. Well, temp and accuracy are here for the crossfire. Just playing together.
Can Envoy clutch. 15 seconds to go now. 1 versus 1. He knows where Tim's at. Is he going to bait it for just a second? Tim yet to peek. There comes the peek. Able to make the play. Subliners get a much-needed round victory. His Envoy nearly pulls it off, but not quite able to do it.
A nice teamwork out of New York and great decision-making. They knew that the rotation was over. And when we watch a lot of Ramaza because of how split the bomb sites are, like, a lot of it does come down to retakes. We see a lot of defensive teams stack one side, which may open things up on the other side, which comes down to those 5 versus 5s like we saw in that first round. But nice decision-making out of New York. They're able to play it together and get on the board.
See if Pristini and Envoy can make some magic happen yet again. Over to the defensive side of things, as Temp is playing close on the site. It looks like they're going to smoke out, like there's still some progression here, and then they're going to wrap back to the other side. Zuma, though, in a position to get some kills. He only gets 1 before he drops the smoke, enough cover that he can't get a second. Oh, Scump had no right winning that gunfight, but Mac gets cooked. 3v3. Scump with another one. That looked insane.
Yeah, I don't know what
his
that
aim
was.
assist like dragged up when he
jumped. I think Attach jumped right at the end, which brought his aim assist up.
Yeah, that looks so awkward, but he gets the kill. Accuracy with dead silent spot. That's going to be the bomb carrier. Can he get away with his life? He's going to be able to finesse for now. They're in a much better position than they were a few seconds ago.
They're trying to find him. They have no idea where he went. Actually just goes right through the lane. Look at this. Formal's looking for him. Temp with some beautiful MP5 shots on a scump. Now it is all down to Formal.
Let's go to Formal's POV. See if he can get it done in the 1 versus 2. Temp demon again from top. Trying to get away. The flank comes in, but he reads it. What a read from Formal. 1v1 now. 30 seconds to go.
Temp has Daddy. He's trying to track him down.
Formal wins it. What a clutch. The beautiful read onto the flank from Accuracy. The drop shot on point, and the positioning here pays off. Temp right into the trap, and what a clutch it was.
I think that's where you see the MP5 nerf come in, because the shots on the Formal, he's probably dead a couple of weeks ago, but he's able to stay alive, play his life around that setup. And yeah, you could just tell that Temp was just trying to buy time for Accuracy. Formal was ready for it.
3-1. Now to Huntsmen. Subliners back to the B pressure. Pretty aggressive defense out of Huntsmen, not really playing from the house. They pushed up to the site. It's going to be Arcades and Scump working together. There's the first blood. Accuracy is going to drop, and what a snap there from Accuracy onto another one. He opens things up beautifully for Huntsmen. Scump still lying in wait. No Merc foregrip, but the hip fire still going to be able to hit enough. Advantage still to Huntsmen.
And you see Temp knows he has to reposition. I don't know if he spotted him. Formal did, though. That's bomb carrier as well. So Zuma, not only does he not have dead silence, he's got to track all the way back. Not going to happen. Well, Chicago are rolling on Ramaza.
Rolling on Ramaza. I like that, Joe.
Yeah?
Not good.
I'm trying to get my wordplay out, kind of like Miles, you know. I'm trying to. I don't think I'm ever gonna hit that level, but
No,
you know, the guys inspired me.
Yeah, you gotta like make some like comments about a Greek god or something. He had like an Athena line the other day. Like I don't know, some of the stuff that comes out of his brain and mouth, I don't quite understand, but he's brilliant.
Yeah, and there's some things that's kind of right on the edge that I would never say, but he gets away with it.
Oh, we love you, Miles. You beautiful bearded, beautiful man. Oh, 7-2 from Pristini to get it rolling. 2 rounds away. Now from the map 2 victory and a 2-0 edge. Temp, though, with the first blood. Numbers to Subliners. How to Huntsman opt to play this down a man. Envoy almost evens the odds, but it's Scump that's able to finish the kill. They get the pick towards top bridge, towards top rugs. Now it's Daddy for Envoy. Can he sneak on through? No, he headbutts the door. Less of a sneak, but the smoke will get out. And he's just trying to play the distraction. I thought he might try to make this play towards B, and they'd take bomb A. For now, it looks like they're still going to favor that B site, but bomb is still just sitting, I think, bottom cafe.
Well, I think because of our city's position, they're going to end up going towards B, yeah.
Yeah, I thought for a second they were wrapping, and Envoy was kind of playing on an island, but not the case. Attach up top, able to get the kill, able to pick him off a bomb. He will get wall bang, though. It's a big one from Arcades. Now going to be 1 versus 2. 1 versus 1, sorry. As Arcades able to win the gunfight with some lovely beams. Hops off the plant for just a second and hits the shot. Couple clutches now for Huntsman.
And I think he hears that door and his teammates are giving the call outs. It's the one to your left because he's looking bottom cafe. He thought it was that one. But yeah, I mean, you talk about the 2 1v1s and the difference that it has made. If New York's able to win those, this is a 3-3 game. But it comes down to those clutch moments. And right now, Chicago, they're running away with it.
6-2 victory on Piccadilly yesterday. Looking to close this at 1 out. 6-1 if they can. What an opening to search and destroy that would be. Scump torches Zuma. Attach. Does get the trade with the Simtex. 3v3. And there's still 2 players at A on defense for Huntsman. They're going to have to start working over. Because right now, it's really just going to be Pristini by himself. But sometimes all you need is yourself. Pristini able to get 1 kill and still finesse. towards Cafe. It slowed down the push from Subliners massively.
And they've just sort of given up B. They know they have man advantage. If it comes down to a retake, they'll take that man advantage. But you see Formal's working all the way back ruins. Pristini does use dead silence. I don't know if I love that play. Your teammates weren't quite there yet, but he's going to find some information. Formal's going to take down Temp, and now it is all down to Mac. We have seen some beautiful clutches out of him this year on this map. He's able to find one, forces the 1 versus 1, and it comes down to another one.
Yet another 1v1. It's Formal yet again. Just has to stop this plant.
Does he even have time to get this?
I don't know if he does.
Doesn't even matter. I think it's done. Yeah,
it was close. It was close.
I don't think he did.
Not gonna happen, and it's a bit anticlimactic, but Huntsmen able to take it 6-1 through their first 2 search and destroys. They've only lost 3 total rounds. Some clutch moments, some brilliant retakes, some nice offensive strategies, and it looks to be a newly reformed Huntsmen search and destroy lineup, because that was fun to watch yet again.
Well, it's just the way they're able to do this too. I will say, like, it does come down to 3 1v1s,
true,
right?
True.
And you're not always going to guarantee you're winning that. But I think key things to look at for Huntsmen is just sort of their situational awareness, how much more comfortable that they're looking. And it's a lot of those little decisions, and it feels like right now they are on point with those.
Well, we're going to take a look at the U.S. Army tactical play, and of course it is going to be the 1v2 clutch that comes in from Formal towards construction. A brilliant play, a brilliant read. We'll see it one more time in just a moment, but I mean, they were already kind of in control of the game, but this is where they really started to run away with it. Let's watch it one more time.
Yeah, and again, I think accuracy is just trying to play for information. There's just so many different routes that he can go, but you see those shots come in, and he's just trying to play his life. And I think maybe these shots right... Okay, so he actually didn't hit him. He only hit him one more time, so maybe he doesn't make him that weak with that MP5, but yeah, you see the dead silence, and with dead silence, Temp absolutely has the advantage in this situation. But he runs right into it. Formal is ready, beautifully read by Formal.
Beautiful win, and yeah, you kind of mentioned the change to the MP5 might have hurt him there, but also, like, talking about 60 hertz and how it's helped the M4 when you're pre-aimed holding an edge like that, it gives you a bit of an advantage there too. Yeah, maybe not a gunfight he's gonna win a month ago, but that's not the case. He's able to get it done in a massive clutch and a big search and destroy victory yet again. There's a look at the full Huntsmen roster that seemed to be firing on all cylinders this weekend.
Yeah, you got the twins back together, and ever since then, I mean, they've had one bad home series, but they were able to win one. They're trying to get a second.
We'll see if they can do it. Subliners, they made it to some semifinals, but yet to take a home series. You thought maybe this is where they're going to make the run, but doesn't look to be the case right now. They're down 0-2. They've got to run it back. They have to find some sort of life, some sort of strength over these next couple of maps. We'll be right back with the Dom after this quick break.
This is dangerous.
He's going to get caught, but they line up for Scuff. And Scuff, the king.
Envoy is going off.
Pristini gets the kill. They're going to keep on charging straight into Acides.
Formal hits the shot. Chicago, come and dominate.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Stay connected to what matters most with the best value in wireless.
Welcome back to the Subliners Game Fuel Home Series event. Joe, we got to talk about the incredible new team supporter pack for CDL champs. It's amazing. You got blueprints, sprays, skins, and I think the coolest thing about it, and you can find all these in the store on Modern Warfare, but the coolest thing about it is like we have a lot of new teams and new brands, and it's awesome. I think what Call of Duty has over a lot of esports is our players have a lot more personality, and trying to grow these brands is very cool. Like some of the stickers, dude, like the chalked and like the Empire having the router thing on it. Like it's cool. I love seeing I don't know, it's just stuff I wouldn't have expected to happen. It's very, very awesome to see some of these teams and player personalities. The signatures are dope. Buy them immediately.
The only thing that I want, Clint, is your signature. That's all I want. If I can get yours on my guns, I'll be the happiest person in the world.
Imagine this just bald head, like as a charm, just like this.
Yeah, just that's I gotta look. Let me see. Oh,
yeah. Dude, imagine your enemies in Warzone, the fear they would have as they saw that. Maybe they wouldn't be scared. But one thing I do want to touch on, and we didn't really get a chance during kind of the pre-show for this matchup, is we obviously have hyped up and talked a lot about Huntsmen FaZe and the fact that it may never happen based on how things go down. But now that FaZe have lost, right?
Yep.
If Huntsmen win this, they would come out as the 1 seed and be on one side of the bracket. If FaZe then are able to win their next match since they lost, they would match up in the semifinal. I guess there was part of me that was hoping that it would either they would both lose and come out number 2 seed, or both win and come out 1 seed, then match up in the final. But now I just need to see them play. It just hasn't happened. So I'll take a semifinal. And with FaZe losing and the way this match looks so far for Huntsmen, we might be getting there, Joe.
Maybe. I don't know, dude. I don't want to talk about it that much because this series isn't done yet. New York has had some reverse
Did I just
sweeps.
jinx it?
And you never know with Guerrillas. Like, yes, Guerrillas got outclassed yesterday. Well, Legion as well. But Atlanta, they still have to win a match too. So I don't know. I just don't want to. I would love to see it. Do I want to see it? Yes. Does everybody at home want to see it? Yes.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, Joe. I'm going to say it, Joe.
No, don't do it. Don't stop. No, don't.
As the head
don't do it.
As the head of all thing Call of Duty.
Oh no.
As the commissioner.
No.
I guarantee that FaZe Huntsman is 100% happening at this event.
Why did you say it?
Here we go into map 3. Domination on Hackney. We'll see if Subliners can start to make a run in this best of 5.
Yeah, a very solid map for Chicago. 7-5 for New York. 5-9. So a lot of repetitions for both of these teams. You're gonna have Chicago starting on that A side, what we consider the strong side. Not able to fully complete the B cap, but they are fighting for map control.
Formal, some nice shots over the top. That's a Simtex directly on the back of your heel, so his feet are blown off and obliterated. He'll drop. 3 kills now through for Subliners. They're gonna be able to get this B site. See how long they can get the hold. It's Huntsman with the preferred side, but they've got to work for this 2 cap. Number 7 on the minimap is going to be Arcides, who's trying to work in through green. He's going to get caught. It's accuracy. It's able to take him down. Zuma goes through the smoke directly by a couple of players. It looked like, at least through the X-ray. But as the dust settles, it's still Subliners here on top.
Well, Pristini actually does a great job. He finds 3 kills. If he goes down there, those 2 players flood through that door, and the other 2 flank through. You still have pressure here at A. But if Pristini's not able to get those kills, it absolutely flips. Now there's still a chance for Chicago to hold on to it. He's going to get his 5th Scump's going to hold on to A. You got the neutral at C. He's trying to secure it. He has the 1v1, but Mac with the M4 able to win it. But that would have been much cleaner for New York if it wasn't for Pristini's play.
But the end result is going to be a flip. Yes, you'll have the 2-cap for Huntsmen, but we'll see what they can do with it. Subliners, though, you know, they're down 0-2, and it hasn't been pretty. They just got smoked in the map, too. It's their Game Fuel Home Series event. They've got to bounce back here. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Subliners.
Yeah, I'm on it. Getting on it. They're going to hit you, dude. Yep. Going on me. Good job.
Big win. One's their door, one's their door.
Trying to get to green right now.
Near their door, careful.
How was their door?
And hit him. Top stack, right side. Right side, top stack. Scap weak, scap weak.
Scap is weak as shit. Scap is weak as shit.
Tool, bottom green down. Bottom green down.
Alright, I hear you, bottom green.
Gap was dead, no one in P1.
Can we go to B? Top green dead.
Can push out their door.
Let's go to B.
Yeah. He's in the corner.
He's spawning on me green probably. Where'd he go, Max?
Gotta keep P1. Top P0 or some shit.
Top green dead.
P1 dead. I'm going back. Get B. I'm helping you down on red.
One square. Square dead.
See me. One more still see me.
I'm looking mid array. I'm looking mid array.
I'm gonna see him push it.
I'm gonna go top B. I'm pushing green right now.
One just went by. Go on top VC. Hold on.
I'm looking top L. I'm looking top L.
Look low.
Okay. I'm going top P2 to look mid.
We're low.
Top slant. Top for you. Top slant.
I'm going to. Actually, no, I'm coming back. He's got graffiti.
Where'd he go?
One shot low.
Top green.
Yeah, he slid back.
I'm top P2 right now.
Watch me. I'm putting it to B.
Top green mid.
Low L again.
One mid crate.
Middle crate.
Dead.
Mid. Groping Max.
I got
top L Pristini weak.
Oh fuck.
Oh, and mid crate.
This is what you were worried about once the flip happened. Eventually, Subliners were going to get the 2-cap control, and how hard could they lock it in? They're doing great now, and Mac rips off 3 as he was on a tear. 12 and 3. Quadruple positive from the Mac attack early.
And I honestly love that listening. It was just very calm. You know, Attach made great plays at C, getting the capture, just causing a lot of chaos over there. You know, you just heard Temp like, all right, I think this is when we go B. They were able to do that, and they go to that position. So just very calm, even down 0-2. Didn't seem too tilted. So I like what I heard from New York.
Well, you said it. They've had some reverse sweeps, and you know, kind of Crowder talking about how important someone like accuracy is to this team. Like, they're gonna have the ice. They're going to be calm. And a lot of times they're going to clutch up when they need to, but the problem here is our Huntsman just too good. Might be the problem is now Huntsman able to battle back for B. They're down 21 points with 45 to go. But what's tough about this is you're spawning C if you're Huntsman to start the second half. So you're going to have to basically do exactly what Subliners just did. You're going to have to get the flip at some point and lock them in.
Yeah, and teams have gotten much better at that. So it's something teams work on. And a lot of it comes from like the CB hold. And when the team at A tries to go for B or tries to work mid-map, that's when that team sort of just flies out of the B doors, is able to execute on A. But it's looking like it'll be around like I don't know, 15-point lead when all of this is done. So a solid half from New York, but nothing crazy to worry about for Chicago.
Time will run out, and now we'll shift our focus to the second half. Can Subliners string together another second half to extend this to a map 4? It's tough, though. If you go back to your point kind of before the map 2, it's tough to see them pulling off this reverse sweep based on their search, like the map 5, like how bad they've been at everything but Ramaza, and they got torched on Ramaza. I know anything can happen in a game 5, but it certainly looks like a massive uphill battle for Subliners.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, game 5's worrying, but I will say if they're able to win this, you go to a Hackney Yard Hardpoint, where if they just won a Hackney Yard, could be pretty comfortable on that one. But very fast out of the second half, they go right to A, right to B. They get the 2-cap hold that they want. You do have Arcees, who is trying to work the top side of the minimap, but he gets taken down, and you get the 2-cap hold early.
Number 2 on the map is Mac, who's trying to work a flank, I believe, from top L. He's not even going to be needed.
Already. This could be bad, though. This might flip spawns.
It did.
Attach has to go big. Yeah, Attach has to go big. And, yeah, the pressure just right through the middle of the map is going to give Chicago A. And now what do they decide to do? They're going to leave C for right now. They want to go back to A, or at least lock down B. You still have a Attach who's alive over by the firehouse. He's just trying to play his life. I just love how both teams are just avoiding C. They're like, I don't want that flag. Leave it be.
Well, especially if you're Subliners with this lead. Like, screw it. Leave it neutral. But now eventually Huntsmen to get a forward. They got to make sure they have a lot of personnel towards that A side so nothing wonky happens with the spawns. Get C and get out as quickly as you can, as now they'll try and pinch and wrap back towards B.
And New York's got to be a little careful here because, yeah, you see where they're spawning. They're spawning off his side. Here comes the execute into B. This could be a 3 cap as RC is able to snap onto the second one. He's on 4 in a row. Well, New York, they're going to have to settle for that Charlie flag.
And that was the moment. That was the big break. Those last 60 or so seconds, and I don't know if it was as much Huntsmen doing it as it was maybe the aggression from Subliners over towards C, but the end result is the same. Huntsmen get the A side of the map. Now, can they secure B? Envoy with 1 kill through the smoke. All the presence on B is going to be Subliners for now, and they still have a pretty healthy lead. So as long as they can hold off this 2 cap from Huntsmen, the better it is. There's still a lot of pressure on Huntsmen.
There's a big moment, though. You have, I didn't see, it's RC's on C. If RC's on C, one player does spawn behind him. That's going to be temp, but it's just going to be a neutral, which is fine for New York, but the pressure is elsewhere. So you're going to have the B flag captured in. Okay, so they're able to find RCs. But now, that alleviates some pressure towards that B flag. There's still a lot of time. 12 points when you have that two cap per minute.
And with the difference there, it's like when Huntsmen sends somebody through C, they made sure they had somebody like holding that brick wall, right? Like all the way towards the A cap, make sure nothing fishy happens. And now they can do it with a solid hold here. They have all the firepower they need towards this B point. Zuma with Dead Silence pop. Can he maybe play some kind of disruption towards top L? Should be able to get a freebie or 2, but will that be the difference? Over towards Smokestack. The spawns get a little interesting because spawning up towards C is going to be Envoy. Subliners kind of all over the map. This is likely going to be a neutral. Pressure now to RC's to hold at the home cap. Can he hold? Can they wrap back and deal with it? RC's with 1 big kill, able to get it done. Now going to be a 3 cap. The lead will disappear so quickly for Subliners. They're going to get in onto A. Now it comes down to these final 90 seconds with the flip. Can Huntsmen hold on to this 2 cap?
Yeah, well, there was 1 player left at A, but you can see B's wide open. Huntsmen, they're going to be spawning back C. Temp just trying to play his life. He needs to stay alive. That top L position will cut off the reinforcements towards B. We are all tied up into our final minute. Temp's able to find 1. The pressure, though, coming through the middle of the map. 2 of his teammates are going to be able to get to B, and it all comes down to the final 60 seconds.
This has just been an insane 5 minutes of Dom. This second half has been nuts. But the pressure on Huntsmen, all of it, as Subliners have the 2 cap, and every 5 seconds, that lead just growing for Subliners. Bristini tries to get in, trophy out, not able to do it. Temp has gone so huge over and over again towards B, just multi-kill after multi-kill. The neutral coming in towards C as well, as Subliners will get that done as the pressure towards A now from Huntsmen. This one might be done, barring some sort of miracle. Maybe the miracle happens now. They're going to get C back. They get picked off of B. It's Timp again. Timp gets 2 at B again. He gets the player off the cap. He gets the player pushing towards Smokestack. He goes absolutely huge. And with this B secure, Subliners get it done. They extend this best of 5. But, man, that was a Dom second half filled with wild moments.
Yeah, just a lot of like situations that were created by going for that 3 cap at C, right? Like that's just sort of what stems from that, and who's able to just sort of rebound. It felt like Chicago was going to be able to hold down that 3 cap for some time, but then all the spawns come towards the middle of the map for New York. They're able to find those kills. They immediately get back into that AB hold, and then you talked about Temp just time and time again, and that would have been a heartbreaking one because New York, they were in control for most of it. It was just like yesterday against their series versus Minnesota, where they had a very close Hackney or Dom that they ended up losing.
Yeah.
But Temp, a much better respawn performance, 25 and 16 for him.
No,
he does it with that M4.
10 of those were in the final 2 minutes. Like, I'm probably exaggerating, but like he got I think it was like 4 doubles over towards B in the final stretch of that game. Like, he went insanely huge. Spots where he was by himself because everyone else was scrambling towards A or trying to deal with a neutral at C. But yeah, it was what, 2 big moments. Like, there was the moment where Subliners went for the neutral and the flip happened. Then it happened with Huntsmen, and it was weird with Huntsmen because with Attach, like, it was very obvious he was trying to push towards that and get the neutral. I think with Huntsmen, like, somebody was kind of mid-map towards Smokestack. I think just trying to hold the cross in towards the backside of B, but then somebody spawned up like backside Smokestack almost on Charlie. At that point, you're like, okay, I guess I go for the neutral.
I go for it. Yeah, I didn't know it was Envoy, yeah.
But then things just kind of go wild from that point forward, and it's hard. I mean, you got to be very disciplined, and just the timing of things didn't work out, but Subliners get it done. Give me a map 4.
Yeah, it's almost like at times when the map is that chaotic, like, you just need someone to just sort of like just stop and hide in a corner and just sort of communicate what's going on, right? Like, where are we? What's the situation? Where are we spawning? What do we want to do? Because it's just a couple of those small decisions, and yeah, it's like, you saw it multiple times where the teams, they wanted to push the C neutral, they wanted to push the C3 cap, and of course you do. That's how you get the most points. But what came out of that most of the time was typically an AB flip. So it's a scary decision.
It absolutely is. But let's take a look at the damage dealt leaderboard. And this is going to be from our map 1 Hardpoint. I believe it was Arcees that led the way. I believe that was the same narrative for him yesterday as he was near, like, what was it, 4,200, 4,300 in damage. Yeah. Arcees has been a beast. Him and Pristini, the twin duo at the top. The ARs clicking for them. But that is, again, our damage dealt leaderboard from map 1 presented by PS4. It's been fun to watch those two work for sure over the course of this weekend, even if it's a small body of work thus far.
Yeah, and now we go to a Hackney Yard Hardpoint, and well, for Chicago, this is a 6-3 map for you. For New York, 3-5. But the big question, of course, is always around sort of which side are you spawning on.
Can someone, if there's somebody watching though, I need someone to do it. I know one viewer will do it for me. Can you tell me over the last like 2 minutes there when it got crazy, how many kills Temp actually got towards B? I want to know what the number was because
let them do it after this match. Let's finish this one and then
they can just tweet it to me. I just want them to tweet it to me. Yeah, that's all. Just tweet it to me when you get a chance. People can multitask, Joe. They've got 2 monitors. People are very talented nowadays, Joe.
I mean, I get that, but like, they want to watch.
I know. It's a good match. You're right. I apologize to every single viewer for asking you to do work for me. That wasn't right of me. It was very selfish. Joe, thank you for calling me out when I'm wrong.
You're welcome.
That's why I love you, Joe.
I love you too.
Map 4 now. Subliners trying to get it to a 5th and final map at the Subliners home series event. So we stick it on Hackney. It's Formal trying to get some shots in over the top. Temp able to stay up. Well, I lied to you. Temp is going to be obliterated.
Yeah, he gets blown up, but Mac can attach. Locking things down, and Zuma's just going to spawn on up and get inside this hill. This is what you want. You're the team spawning on the left side of your mini-map. It's just try to earn as much time as you can. Just sort of deal with the lead that you know Chicago's probably going to have coming out of Tire Shop.
Huntsmen, one big play for maybe closing this out in a hot 3-0 fashion, but they have a chance to now do it here. Let's head right into an Astro Gaming listen-in with Huntsmen.
Our side, accuracy.
I have green.
Need to beat him, I need to beat him. Nice, Bill, good job.
Okay, 1 minute.
Last guy's on you?
Another one shot.
No, he killed me.
There's 2 inside.
He's top square.
Is he? Yeah, one top AC2. I'm gonna get neutral.
Yep, beat on,
our door. Hold right. Where's right?
I needed our door.
Up middle 2. Mid-L, 1 shot.
Two in time. One's gonna push out our door right now.
They're gonna push out our door.
Door guys.
Top cut.
Going up middle, no one in the middle.
Scaff, push on the cash.
Give him right.
I went back low. Come back low. I'm looking shaft.
Up our middle. I got another one. Our door.
Yeah, I got
First, I needed it in.
Shaft one shot. Yo, mid crates on
Middle.
I got needed.
There's our pocket in middle.
Top AC and mid crates, bro.
We got a stack.
Pocket weak.
Hitting
They're
left,
smoking.
left.
They're hitting tires. 3 hitting 2 tires right now.
Stay alive.
I got
One shot. Low garage.
No one. Back left weak. He's tired.
He went cop cut.
Yeah, he got me cop cut, guys. And one top jumped out scaff and one pushed tower. Push door. I'm low garage. Yo, I'm getting out. You guys spot that.
Window.
I won. Oh, bottom green. He's going top window. Going top green.
Bully his side together. Bully his side.
Top green hurt.
She's dead. Covering dead.
Go left. We're going left or what?
Okay, go left.
I needed our door. And
beat on.
I hit him our door.
They like playing our pocket. They like playing pocket too, guys.
Top I see dead.
See that? I'm looking middle. Yep, I'm looking middle.
Bonnie was
And check.
Yo, he's on him. Check. I didn't hit him. Back on time. Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, he's pocket, guys.
We're good.
Top L.
Just go first.
And we are back, and I know it didn't pan out, but I like that call. Like, bully a side together. They didn't care what side. Someone make a call. We're going left, we're going right. Let's just work together. And Subliners able to hold on, but I do still like that. It's like, sometimes it's not even about a right decision. It's just about doing it together. Now we'll see, though, if they can do it in the second wave. As Subliners are able to get the smokestack. They've got a solid hold, but it's a triple from Arcades. That might be the opening they need, but Zuma and Temp respond in kind. Pristini looking to pick things up as he's got a 4-11 start. Accuracy and the boys locking it down.
Yeah, you heard that they wanted to get that first hill control so they could jump out of top L. They could jump out of L. We saw yesterday Envoy, he could throw this smoke out, put pressure on this smokestack kill. For right now, New York doing a pretty solid job, and it's something we've been talking about, that meta. So right now, Pristini has a third MP5 out. We're on the other side. Temp, he's got a third M4 out, so we'll see how that plays out. Will continue to be a discussion, but in the office we go. Accuracy versus formal. He's going to win the first one, but Envoy there for a very quick trade.
He's going to drop almost immediately after as the pinch comes in from Subliners. Attached stun, smoke out, bullets everywhere. Scump and Brasini take care of everything inside of green. Now can they work on the flip? There's still a ton of time here they can earn. Temp from top green, trying to open up this hard point. They're in great position for the next, and he's doing a lovely job just picking apart Huntsmen players one by one. Gets the person out of the hard point that was picking up that time. They'll transition right back into it, but just look how deep they're spawning out from next. A lot of work to do to get towards docks.
So you had two players though playing pretty far back for New York. That's going to be Attach and Mac. They're just trying to guarantee that they have these spawns. So what does that mean? You're going to have a very early quick push for Chicago towards that top parking lot side. Brasini has dead silence. He's trying to make the play. Some shots are in, but the smoke is down, making things chaotic. Inside, though, it's Attach and Temp who are able to find three. Formal going to be the last one alive. Can he find anything? I don't think so. New York, a very first good hold.
Yeah, and you had a really good chance there. You know, you broke it down perfectly. Huntsman had the opportunity, but Subliners clutch up. And just killing that first wave gives them so much more breathing room, and it's going to make these next 40 seconds or so much easier. Now you have to worry about not losing spawns for next. That's a big gunfight win from Scump, who's able to take out Zuma, who I think was trying to leak through to tire side. So you'll give this time up, but now a chance to answer as we head into our second rotation. And Temp starting to heat up, 17-11. He has really bounced back from that poor map 1. Great map 3. Great map 4 thus far.
And you needed that from him, right? Like that's what we talked about. We're just waiting for him to hit sort of that superstar level. And throughout this map, he's been continuing to switch it up. MP5, M4, maybe a little bit. Just depends on the hill. Yeah, having a great game here. Attach as well at 16-8. On the other side for Chicago, not like the best first half, but you're only down 10 points, right? So still very much in it. We'll see if that Pristini from game 1 can heat on up.
I received an update on Temp. He had 10 kills. Pretty wild.
You're just a prophet. You really are.
I just knew it was a lot, dude. He kept popping up. But 20-point advantage. What can they add on to it here? They get the rest of this time, then a great tire shop hold. We basically have a tie game as we head out. And one of the big points of contention for me might be if Huntsman can rally out of tire shop a little bit better than they did last time. But Subliners firing on all cylinders now. Mac and Temp taking down 3, holding down this hard point. Here comes the next wave from Huntsman, though, as they're able to get in.
Big set of kills.
Because, well, the big thing, not the time, right, but how far they're going to spawn out Subliners. Yeah. Just makes it that much harder.
Yeah, you're able to hold this position, right? Like, you have scum top scaffolding. The shots did come in. Yeah, 10 seconds already off, and you haven't even had a first push. Here comes the first push now. The spawns, we know, they're going to be right there. You see Temp trying to get on that brick wall. He gets beamed by Arcades. And we saw the first time that we were here towards Tire Shop, New York, they put some pressure on. Like, there was, you know, some smokes near the front of the hill, which I will say that's a success in itself.
Yeah, no, really. And But yeah, that's like worst case scenario for Subliners, right? When you have like that 4 or 5 down situation with like, let's say 10 or less seconds on the hard point, it's like it doesn't give yourself a chance to really make noise early on the hard point. Brilliant from Huntsmen. And it's tough because Subliners were so good up until those couple of seconds. But now this is where Huntsmen kind of got locked in, right? They didn't get a very good transition out of tire shop. They couldn't get in towards the first hard point and get that smoke out and work towards smokestack, as you said. Can they do it this time around? Is it a little bit cleaner? There's the kill already in the first. I mean, it's already better.
Yeah, it's already a little bit. It was actually these set of kills they couldn't get. I think it was accuracy multiple times. Top L who was finding, you know, these kills, because this is what they want. Yeah, they want Pristini to come out here, but it's Zuma again. Yeah, they find 4 kills. You have 1 player left inside of office. This execute through this first hill, it's just not really working for them. They're not able to get set up. It almost reminds me of like a Ramaza construction to like barbershop hill, where you're just spawning them just so far away. It just takes so many layers to even get to the hill, the way that New York is setting up for this. I mean, we talk about how strong tire shop is, but New York has done such a beautiful job here at Smokestack to give them this lead.
No, that's probably the single biggest thing that stands out from this game thus far. Like Smokestack control. They have put Huntsmen in the dirt when they try to push towards this. Look at the minimap though, that number 8. Envoy is tucked towards back parking lot currently. He's got a chance to make a play for green and maybe influence these spawns for Docs as well. And we'll see how this plays out. Huntsmen are still spawning out, but as the next hardpoint drops and the next wave of kills come in, that should now be spawns for Huntsmen. But can they get into office? Because the problem is Subliners can close it out here. They might not get to Docs. Look at the kill feed. It is all gonna be Subliners pushing their way towards a map 5. One final break opportunity for Huntsmen, and Zuma says, no sir, not on my watch. Subliners go back to back and they get us to a map 5, and man, what brilliant holes they were at Smokestack. That is how you get the victory when you've got the poor spawn on this map.
That might be the biggest victory that we've seen when you've lost tire shop every single time. No joke. 58 points. It's probably up there. And again, we keep talking about the meta. We're going to take a look at our stats. We talked about Temp, how he kept switching it up, but for the most part, he was really rocking that M4, 27 and 16 for him. But on the other side, that flex player, that person running the third M4, Pristini 15 and 30. We didn't see it a lot. For the most part, it was the MP5 from him. And that's just going to be the discussion. You know, maybe next time they keep 3 M4s out the entire time.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot from him. I thought that might be the case here, but it wasn't. And yeah, Pristini, that was not a fun map for him. I mean, there's not a lot of positives you can look at. 15 and 30, barely got the objective. Woo!
Remember what you said, Clint. You guaranteed it, and now we're going to a game 5.
Joe,
so I just want this to be known that if we don't get Atlanta versus Chicago, it is you are to blame. You are to blame,
Joe,
Maven.
But if they lose this and then win, we might get it in the final. It's a Maven guarantee. Okay. It's happening one way or another, Joe. I'm getting a little bit nervous, I'm going to be honest with you. But it's map 5 time. S&D, Subliners, Huntsmen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh my God! Mr. Ice in his veins. Bomb go top. He gets the damage in. He can't miss it. It's accuracy. Engage. Here we go. Zuma. 1 versus 3. Now attaches the man to make the play. It's the attach. Locking it down.
And Mac with the snap.
Come in and dominate the respawn.
Want to play Search and Destroy like a pro? Here's some S&D recon from the U.S. Air Force. Gunrunner. It's an industrial maze of dark alleys and warehouses that connects 2 bomb sites on opposite sides of the map. Bomb site A is right outside of the mine shafts, in between the rows of rail cars, while bomb site B is nestled in between the forest and the cargo crates. These 2 bomb sites are each surrounded by a bit of high ground, great for securing long sight lines with snipers and assault rifles. Meanwhile, the many tunnels and buildings connecting the 2 sites offer plenty of close quarters chaos for those with the guts to hit a full speed rush. Whether you're on offense or defense, we've got the recon to help you draw first blood. If you're on offense, securing quick control of mid-map can be huge in opening up a bomb site early in a round. For aggressive early rushes, an SMG is our weapon of choice. As soon as the round starts, run straight for the building in the middle of the map. There's a good chance a player on defense will try and take control of this building for themselves. But if you're on offense, you can get there just a bit faster than your opponents. Let's see how a pro like Scump rushes mid-map on offense. If you want to put pressure on both mid-map and bomb site B, check out this creative route from Pro Player Hoop. If you're trying to get somewhere fast, try running with a knife equipped. This will double your tactical sprint duration and shave a few seconds off your opening routes. If you're on defense, there's no need to go crazy and run at them. But if you still can't help yourself, check out how Vivid rushes mid-map on defense. If you want to take it a bit slower, try starting at bomb site B and use the terrain to your advantage. If you jump on top of the crates, you'll be able to spot anyone pushing through the forest to bomb site B. If your opponents push up the dirt path, you might not be able to spot them from atop the crates. But check out how pro player Skies catches them with a grenade. After taking his time to line up the grenade, Skies waits until the game timer hits 123, so the grenade lands right on top of the enemy. There's your S&D recon for Gunrunner. Good luck down there.
Welcome back to the Subliners Game Fuel Home Series event. Myself and Joe Handsome Merc have an incredible Game 5 coming for you now. Subliners, Huntsmen. I can barely stay seated, Joe. I'm so excited.
I am too. We don't get Game 5s off, Dicklin, so
I can't wait.
I feel like when we get them, like it's a celebration. Yeah. Like we need something. I think when you and I get Game 5s, I think we're gonna create a new segment where somehow we get a lot of food or something. We have a party.
You've just convinced me and given me permission to order an entire large pepperoni pizza to eat by myself tonight. Thank you, Joe.
Well, it is the New York home series, and I feel like you want some pizza, dude. Like who doesn't want some pizza?
I absolutely do. But it is time for Game 5. Huntsmen dominated the Game 2 Search and Destroy. They won it 6-1 on Subliner's best map. Now, we head over to Gunrunner. You saw the S&D recon. It was a fantastic breakdown of some of the spots of this map, and now you get to see it live in action. New York 0-5 on this map. Huntsmen 5-3. Let's get it underway, Joseph.
Yeah, and this is kind of what it comes down to for Chicago, right? This is your map pick. Can you execute? Did great on Ramaza. We've seen some great search so far from them this weekend, but at times you are going to get pushed to Game 5. There are so many talented teams, New York being one of them, and here we go.
First blood for Envoy as he is going to push up and work that flank. They've got 3 players really in and around vent room, and now the plant does come in. They had a brilliant 5v5 retake in our last map. Can they pull off the 5v4 here? Mac with the red dot M4 is backing it all the way up towards back warehouse. So it's really kind of a 5v3 towards the site. Now the collapse is going to come in. It's dead silence pop for Envoy. as they're looking to work around. 20 seconds on the clock. Mac's position now going to be given up. They know they have to deal with him. Everybody else is being cleared out. Mac at a 1v4. Stun comes through. Kills on in. Another brilliant retake from the Huntsmen as they take round 1.
Yeah, but it starts with Envoy, right? Just getting that first blood. And while Mac then has to worry about him. He has to worry about his position. He can't watch over his teammates. And guess what opens up? The flank into green. And guess what? Envoy, he has a free kill into green. So it starts with him for New York. You had a player inside a bathroom. I believe it was Temp. If he gets a kill or two, maybe there's a chance you can win that round. But when accuracy goes down on the flank, Mac then has to worry about himself. Can't watch over his teammates. First round to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, it relies kind of on a multi-kill for Subliners in that position to come back, and no opportunity given. That's for sure. Basically, everybody involved from the Huntsmen in that opening round. Now, what can they do on offense? Scump is going to get caught. Zuma very aggressive in towards green. Mr. First Blood himself able to pick one up.
Yeah, a lot of the times it feels like this skirmish middle of the map with the submachine gun players is what it comes down to. The fight for green, the fight for bathroom. Mac, though, he's a little aggressive, a little cocky. Goes for the peak formal there with the sniper, and you can already see the rotation is in.
Feels like you didn't like that when you're up a man.
No, I did not. But Envoy is the bomb carrier here. So you can go A all you want, but you need to plant the bomb, and he's got to try to play his life. Zuma might have heard that rotation. He might give his call out to his teammates. He's going to peek green, not see anything, and there goes the cross.
So now they'll get this planted in a 4v4. Make it a 4v3. Pristini able to get yet another pick. Zuma not able to make the play. Arcides cuts him down. Accuracy gets some shots in, but can't finish it. Now his position is given up as he just tries to get away with his life. 2v4 for Subliners. Nice shots from Accuracy. Gives them a chance in this round. Eventually, that fight between Pristini and Attach is going to be a big one, and Pristini is able to take it. Oh, onto Accuracy. Envoy with the chow. 2-0 Huntsman.
And again, just that quick little decision of, hey, we can't really fight for this. If we fight for this, we don't have green control. Scump's down. We have formal with a sniper. Let's just go away. Let's just risk it. Let's go away. Let's try to catch them on rotations. They did just that. They are just there are a few steps ahead, and that's the difference right now for Chicago.
I was worried for a moment with how far Envoy was behind the rest of the squad, but they get all that information. It's a safe transition over for the plant. Zuma, first blood again. Arcides almost obliterates him from that spot, but it's back-to-back first bloods for Subliners and for Zuma in particular. Can they turn this into a round win?
It seems like the Huntsmen, what they're trying to do is really work the flank. That flank player, if they can find that kill, you see the positions of them, and it feels like if they want to try to retake B, that's where it's going to come from. They're all going to back up now. Formal has this snipe again. We'll see if he's able to find any picks to make this a little bit easier. Mac just prone. Hello, Mac.
The flinch.
And well, the flinch comes in. The man advantage is in. The M4s come through. New York on the board.
If this time they can't work the flank, this time they have the numbers with the first blood from Zuma, and they can close out the round. The final moments here from Attach. That's a big one. Don't want to be down 0-3 in this game 5. They get it done. A map that we talk about how hard it is to defend at times. Huntsman can't do it again. Now, last time they get first blooded in green and then wrap it back to A. This time it's a heavy hit towards A. It looks like almost instantaneously. You got 3 players pushing this side.
Look at the bomb. This is a fake. This is a fake. The bomb's all the way back spawn. I mean, they're just going to rotate off this. You see what this does, though. Look at the B site. Look at how wide open it is. Something new from Chicago once again. And this gives them vent position. You see outside of green Scump. If he wants to go bathrooms, he can. Pristini going to end up getting caught, but the bomb is being planted for free.
You love the look from Huntsman. We talked about it all day yesterday. Their offensive hits and how they're mixing it up. This time the fake pays off, but you are down a man, so someone's going to have to go big, and Formal a chance to maybe get 1 or 2. Does get dropped. Now 30 seconds to work with. 3v5. Can Huntsman pull this out? 3 players stacked up and pushing over towards those pipes. Envoy's going to get caught with dead silence through the smoke. It's all going to come down to Arcides, last alive. Can he get him off the bomb? Not able to do it. Subliners with the brilliant retake. Kind of give him Huntsmen a little bit of their own medicine from round 1. That'll tie us up 2-2.
And I love what I saw from Huntsmen. I think Pristini's position inside events is good enough. I don't think he has to jump out there. I think that position, really what you're trying to do from that point on is catch the players rotating back from A towards B. I don't think he needs to jump out of the window there. I think his position was good enough where no matter what, he's finding a free kill in that window. Instead, he gets picked, and then that opens up vent for New York to rotate back.
Nice breakdown, Joe. And now to round 5. See if Attach can get the first blood. Not going to happen. Envoy pulls the Zuma. Gets right into that green window and gets the kill. Pristini on the flank. There's an easy pick. Massive numbers now to Huntsmen. Zuma wins a crucial gunfight to give them a chance in the round, but the trade is there. Envoy ready and waiting in depot. Now, what do you do in a 2v4? And the pressure on you to get the plan in.
Yeah, another interesting offense where, I mean, mainly what Zuma and I wasn't sure who was on the stairs who got shot in the back by Pristini.
It was accuracy.
Yeah, it was like a 2-3 split. You still had a lot of players towards B just watching the flank. You were just hoping that Zuma and accuracy could work some magic. But Pristini, he was able to find the opening. Well, now it's a 1 versus 4 for Mac.
Oh, he hears those footsteps loud and clear as he's stomping through. Oh my God. Mac, I thought maybe he makes some magic happen, but the trade comes in. He will drop, and a round win now to Huntsman. You'll see RC's angle to close it out. Thank God he gets there in time before Mac can finesse away, maybe get a bomb plant, and who knows how it plays out from there.
Yeah, and who knows if Temp's still alive if he can get those 2 kills, right? And then it's a 2 versus 2 instead.
Envoy really doing it all for Huntsman right now. He is 6-4 in this map 5. We'll stick with his POV for now. Dead silence out, smokes out, hits the edge, but Temp reads it. Nice Simtex over towards Formal to keep him back as well. The bomb is in bathrooms. Pristini has just pushed all the way through, and he finds the pick. Now, can he stay up? Because he is on an island in a triangle of Subliners players.
He has the bomb.
Yep.
Yeah, he has the bomb, too, which is scary. Like, he needs to try to get out, and he does, luckily. I mean, he plays it very smart, but Zuma's still in a great position inside of green, at least able to find one. To give his teammates the information. Now, a crucial 3v3 retake situation.
It's a bit of a risk, but now maybe you reap the reward if you're Pristini. Bomb all the way in the back bathrooms, but he gets the kill. Mac wins a big one. Scump there, though, for another trade. He traded out in green as well, as his position has been crucial. 2v2 with 25 to go. Both players from Subliners start to push up. Formal with the chow. Formal with the chow. He'll get both kills. 4-2 now for Huntsman.
Yeah, and Scump just has all the information. He's watching the cross, giving the call-outs in. And, well, Temp, I think the shots were coming in. Yeah, you see the bullet tracers coming across. So Temp was trying to hope that Attach wins his one-on-one. He's trying to switch over targets to Scump. Formal, though, he's able to stay alive, and that's all he needs to do.
Two rounds away from Huntsman making yet another semifinal. That's the same gunfight we saw earlier where RC's almost beamed him. That time he does it. Zuma gets smoke. Just holding that angle. But yeah, not the first time we saw it. Just goes a little bit different this time around.
Yeah, I love the confidence, though, from RC's. Let's do it again, right? Like, I
you want to dance? You want to dance?
Let's go again. Yep. Let's go for it.
And the first bloods have been huge, right? Like, what a big gunfight it is. Both teams have had some nice retakes with numbers onto this B site. Huntsman's turn to take a crack at it yet again.
There they go on the flank. This has just been such an important aspect to their retakes. One New York sort of all over the place. Where do we want to deal with? You see how spread out they are. Temp, though, inside of pipes. He's just trying to play his life. Play the finesse. Envoy able to get around one. Takes down Mac. It looks like there's still a player sneaking. That's accuracy. He's being patient. Able to find one. Accuracy can watch the bomb. Needs Temp to stay alive, and he does. And there we go. They're able to win it. Temp this time stays alive. The Chicago push just a little bit too slow. Here comes the knife. In New York, able to win the 4 versus 5.
Yeah, there weren't the early deaths like there were the last time around in the retake, right? Like, it's just by time the collapse was coming in from Huntsmen, there was 25 seconds when like the gunfights really started to go down. And they just ran out of time to the point where you're having someone in a desperation trying to get on the bomb.
That's where you would love just that smoke to be held on, right? Like, cause panic for New York. They could be on it. You saw where New York was set up. Well, there was no way anybody could check the bomb if there's a smoke on it. You get them out of position.
The smoke came on the flank, and there was panic on the flank for a while. But yeah, like there's just nothing around the objective. A patient offense this time around from Huntsmen as they look for an opening. Not sure if Formal still got the sniper out, but maybe looking for him to get a pick. But the pick is going to come from accuracy. Arceus is down. Envoy looking to get the trade, but for now, just holding the angle. We'll see if accuracy can win another gunfight.
And it's more about maybe just causing a trade. Like, accuracy knows that he's probably dead in this situation, but can they keep the man advantage off of his position? And there we go. Temp's able to find one. They're just so worried about accuracy. There's the trade I was talking about from Zuma.
2v3. Now for Huntsman. Envoy and Pristini looking to clutch up, but it's just a brilliant job from accuracy to get the first blood, stay alive that entire time, and as you stated, the help comes in. Attach gets a lot of information on the cross. Big win from Envoy, though. Still a chance in this round, 2 versus 2, but not a lot of time to go. The pre-fire there for Pristini to win it, and he's just going to go ahead and shell it. Tim's going to re-shell out. Pristini gets the angle, but can't win the fight. Now it's going to be a 1 versus 1. 10 seconds to go, but Envoy has wrapped to A. There's going to be the plant. They both have dead silence to work with. What a crucial 1v1 this is.
Temp popped his. Like, he's going to be... His is done now. His is done. Yep, and it pops right there. There we go. As soon as he gets the trade on a Pristini, he pops it right away. And you see what it does. If he has it in this spot, maybe there's a chance, but Envoy hears him last second.
Yeah, I don't think Envoy had it. I thought he did when I looked at the top right banner, but when we went to his POV, I actually don't think he had it. But yeah, Temp just runs out of it a little too early. And Envoy able to clutch up. Now a round away from a semifinal. And one step closer to maybe a play date with FaZe.
Maybe.
RC's now with the first blood onto Zuma again. He lost the first one, but he's now been winning that fight consistently. Pristini
trying to punish accuracy.
Gets away with his life.
They've been trying to do this every single defense, and they do it again.
His foot is sticking out, and Pristini shoots it off. 5v3 for Huntsman. Subliners desperately trying to work forward and get this bomb planted. Maybe give themselves some sort of edge in the 3v5. But now can they lock it down? Not looking like it. Envoy with another kill. It's all Attach and Temp. Can he even get away with his life? Here comes the flood. Formal takes him out. Attach now on an island. His position has been given up. They're going to fly at him, and there is the victory. Both search and destroys go to Huntsmen, and it seems something that was impossible a month ago, that they'd win a 5-game series by taking both the search and destroys, but they do it. They're 3-0 in search to start this event. They're looking so much more cohesive and confident on the map. Huntsmen move on.
Yeah, I mean, just you got to give a lot of props, obviously, to the players for putting the time in, but also the staff, right? Sender, Tupac, I saw tweeting out as well. You know, one of the best S&D players of all time. So they have the utility, they have the tools to get better at search and destroy. And it feels like they finally done that.
It absolutely does. What a win it is, and what impressive moments from them in search. You know, you think back to what the Formal clutch in map 2, some of the retakes they have in map 5, the one-on-one for Envoy, just moment after moment, and clutch moments where they go huge. Because, I mean, Envoy loses that map, or that 1v1, who knows? Who knows how it goes? That was such a big round. The difference is what? 4-4 or 5-3 or something like that at that point. Like, it is a big, big round.
I'm thinking about the 1v1s in Ramaz as well. Well, there was 3 of them.
In a row, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the scuff play of the game, and yeah, it's the 1v1. It's going to be Envoy wrapping out to get the A plant and then get the clutch. He's able to do it. And yeah, I mean, their search looks better, but you said it kind of in the map too. It's a lot of crazy clutch moments that are getting them these wins. Can they keep doing it?
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you're putting yourself in those positions where even if you don't win those, you're still okay. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of momentum at this moment for New York. I think they won 2 rounds in a row at this point. They had the man advantage in this round, but it was a Pristini Envoy 2 versus 3 clutch. And I want to give props to Pristini as well in that position, because he just took so much out of New York to where you saw where Temp was nervous that he was going to get pushed right away. He almost, takes him down. He has to pop the dead silence, but there you see the Huntsmen. They move on to the semifinal. Ultra on the other side, and well, we still got a lot of matches left to go.
And we are going to have a little bit of movement, I believe. This is before. So before the match, this is how it stood. FaZe and Mutineers were in the top 2 spots, and now with a bit of magic, Huntsmen, with that win, they're going to take over a top 2 position in CDL points, and well, they have a chance to earn a lot more points this weekend. But FaZe, Huntsmen now in the top 2 positions. FaZe, Huntsmen with a chance to face off at a semifinal. If FaZe can win their next match, it's all coming together, Joe.
You want to hear something nuts as well? I got to give a shout out to Tyler, our stats guy. This is only the 2nd time that Chicago has won both Search and Destroys and the Game 5 win. The only other time was versus Paris Legion, so it has been a while.
That's what I said after. I was like, you never would have thought that was possible with how they've been playing in that mode.
Only happened once.
They get it done. The Search looks improved. Now, can they win the event? Can they make the run? But we've got Rich with Envoy coming up next for your PlayStation Instant Reaction. We still have a ton of matches to go. It's the Subliners home series. We'll be right back.